This is a sample of the information provided as part of the flexible training resources available through HACCP.com. Our training courses are designed to provide training participants with an understanding of food safety and quality system elements and also offer user-friendly assessment activities and competency checklists to complete the training cycle. Smallgoods Processing. Key definitions for smallgoods processing. Comminuted meat product. Meat products typically constructed from small pieces of finely or coarsely ground meats, offal or with binders and flavorings. Efficacy. Efficacy is the capacity or power to produce a desired effect. Hazard Analysis Critical Control Point or HACCP. HACCP is a food safety methodology that relies on the identification of critical control points in all stages of food business processes. Metal swarf. Swarf, also known as turnings, chips, or filings, are shavings and chippings of metal. These can be present as the debris or waste resulting from metalworking operations, or through metal-on-metal rubbing on food production equipment. Microbiological pathogens. Any microbiological entity including viruses, bacteria or other microorganisms that can cause foodborne illness in humans. Small goods. Manufactured or processed meat products such as bacon, ham, luncheon meats, salami, corned and cured meats, sausages, meat patties and pressed meats. Technological function. The ability, usually of a raw material or process, to impact upon the finished product in a positive manner. A technological function is a specific task required to be fulfilled by a particular raw material or process. Smallgoods Processing Development. When considering the development, documentation and implementation of smallgoods processing within food safety and quality management systems, the following information should be considered to ensure effective outcomes: smallgoods training, skills and knowledge. Selecting and preparing meat for smallgoods processing. Smallgoods processing equipment and utensils. Smallgoods process control. HACCP for small goods. Smallgoods training, skills and knowledge. Because of the heightened risk of smallgoods products, including microbiological, physical and chemical hazards, persons involved in preparation, processing, manufacturing, packaging, storage, transportation and retailing of small goods should be adequately and effectively trained commensurate with their roles. Small goods training should be scheduled, conducted and recorded for all relevant small goods employees to ensure they are competent to perform their required tasks. Outcomes of not appropriately training all relevant employees participating within small goods operations can very realistically result in serious instances of foodborne illness, even death for consumers. In a similar context, substantial information should be made available to consumers regarding the storage, handling and use of small goods products to ensure their actions do not contribute to instances of foodborne illness. The term small goods includes, but is not limited to products such as bacon, ham, luncheon meats, salami, corned and cured meats, sausages, meat patties, pressed meats. Selecting and preparing meat for small goods processing. As with all food products, the quality of the raw materials used to create a small goods product will dictate the quality of the end product. Some small goods products are renowned for utilizing parts of animals that are traditionally considered as waste or offal. These waste or offal materials used to produce a high-quality small goods product must be handled and stored under suitable conditions to ensure appropriate outcomes. Preparation processes for small goods are important in controlling potential hazards through storage and handling temperatures. Avoiding physical contamination through well-scheduled preventative maintenance and strong reactive maintenance programs. Maintenance procedures should include thorough cleaning and sanitation activities after completion. Controlling the use of functional ingredients such as nitrites and sulfites. Avoiding species contamination where applicable. Controlling the handling, storage and use of allergens to avoid unintentional cross-contacts. General and specific cleaning and sanitation within operational areas. Small goods processing equipment and utensils. As with any food business, small goods manufacturing businesses utilize a range of specialized equipment and utensils. Due to the nature of many small goods preparations, Particular care should be taken in scheduling appropriate preventative maintenance of such equipment and utensils to ensure they do not contribute to product contamination, especially from physical hazards such as metal. As with other food industry sectors, maintenance procedures should include thorough cleaning and sanitation activities after completion. A wide variety of equipment and utensils are utilized within the small goods industry sector, including knives and hand tools, electrical and mechanical equipment, mincers, grinders and mixers, forming and filling machines, cooking kettles and vats, smoking chambers, blast and storage chillers. Allergen and species contamination risks must be considered when using equipment to handle, process and package small goods to ensure the integrity of finished products. These are commonly managed through production scheduling and structured cleaning and sanitation procedures between batches of different formulations and species of raw materials. Below are examples of points to be considered regarding each nominated group of equipment or utensils. Knives and hand tools. Knives and hand tools must be constructed of suitable materials. High-grade stainless steel is commonly used for the construction knives and hand tools within small goods businesses. Care should be taken to ensure knives and hand tools are not damaged during their use, as this may potentially result in the contamination of finished products. Small goods manufacturers commonly employ sign and sign-out procedures for knives and hand tools to ensure any damage involving missing pieces of metal does not result in product contamination. Another common method employed includes tracing the outline of a knife or hand tool prior to the start of the working shift. The same knife or hand tool is then compared with the traced image to verify the integrity of the items at the end of the working shift. If, in the case at the end of the working shift, the knife or hand tool is observed with missing parts, an investigation is conducted to locate the missing piece of the item. Electrical and mechanical equipment. As with all equipment, great care must be taken to ensure devices are regularly maintained as elements of an ongoing preventative maintenance system. The nature of many equipment varieties with moving parts makes them a prime potential contributor to product contamination in instances where the equipment becomes damaged, misaligned or unlubricated. Equipment parts such as polycarbonate covers and pressure gauge covers should also be considered as potential sources of product contamination in instances where they become damaged. Computer-operated machinery should be monitored on a regular ongoing basis to ensure the general operation and condition of the machinery does not negatively impact upon the safety or quality of the products being processed. Computer-operated machinery should also be regularly maintained as elements of an ongoing preventative maintenance system. Mincers, grinders and mixers. Due to the nature of their operation, equipment such as mincers, grinders and mixers can very realistically introduce physical hazards such as metal, bone and plastic into finished products. These hazards commonly manifest within small goods products as follows: metal through rubbing of equipment plates and dies, or through metal items passing through the unit with the raw materials. Bone, through raw materials being processed within the unit. Small chips of bone can cause a choking hazard. Plastic, within modern production techniques, raw materials being processed through a mincer, grinder or mixer may have been stored in plastic containers or within plastic liners. Though such containers or liners are usually available in a color that is contrasting to the final product, if they enter the mincing, grinding or mixing unit, they may be further broken down and dispersed through the mixture being processed. One of the most important considerations with mincers, grinders and mixers is that they have the potential to break down any physical hazards into smaller pieces, which may be harder to identify and control at steps further down the process flow. Forming and filling machines. As with other equipment and machinery with moving parts, forming and filling machines may potentially contribute to product contamination through damage, misalignment or lack of lubrication. It is also common for such equipment to include a plumbed water source for release of the items being formed from their forming molds. It is important in this context to ensure that the water sources are potable, and do not permit backflow or pooling which may potentially impact upon the safety or quality of the end product. Cooking and smoking equipment. Equipment used for cooking and other forms of heat treatment must be appropriately constructed for their intended purpose. and must include adequate calibrated temperature and time control devices where applicable. The time and temperature outcomes from the use of cooking and smoking equipment should be verified and revalidated on an ongoing basis to the nominated process control limits are being met. Fermentation rooms. Fermentation rooms are commonly used where bulk fermented items such as salami variants are manufactured. Due to the high-risk nature of the products and known outcomes of microbiological non-conformance of such products, fermentation rooms must be appropriately constructed and maintained. These rooms should be segregated from raw processing areas, and should have a separately filtered air supply and adequate temperature-humidity control. Fermentation rooms are generally fitted with temperature and humidity control systems, including gauges for verification of ongoing status during the fermentation process. Blast and storage chillers. Equipment used for blast chilling or chilled storage must be appropriately constructed for their intended purpose, and must include adequate calibrated temperature and time control devices where applicable. The time and temperature outcomes from the use of blast chillers should be verified on an ongoing basis to the nominated process control limits for temperature are being met. Smallgoods process control. Smallgoods often rely on accurate formulations of functional ingredients to achieve finished products that conform to their specifications. It is important to ensure that such formulations are correct. This will provide some confidence that the technological function provided by such ingredients will meet its expectations. In this context, it is important to consider that some functional ingredients related to food safety are likely to produce an unsafe finished product if not used according to their intended formulation. Did you know that HACCP.com includes resources that allow you to create, manage and implement GFSI and HACCP-based food safety and quality programs? Improve your food safety and quality skills and knowledge? Train and develop your team to create better food safety and quality outcomes? Find suppliers and service providers to partner with your business? The information and training resources available through HACCP.com included a variety of formats, such as website content, MP4, MP4 and text, MP3, PDF and slideshow. Are you ready to take the next step in your food compliance journey? Visit HACCP.com today to create your profile and access the full versions of our food safety and quality information packages and much more.